Okay, here we go. Quick and easy sourdough. Here we are today. I'm going to show you how to make some sourdough bread. Doesn't take very long. And I'm going to get myself a mixing bowl. I'm going to put some salt in the mixing bowl. About a heaping, get a good close up here. Tablespoon salt, iodized salt. I'm going to get me a tablespoon and some dry powdered milk. Mix that in. I'm going to add an egg to this mix. I like to take the egg out ahead of time so that it warms up, gets to room temperature. Got my fork here. I'm going to put the egg in, mix it in well. This is the sourdough. Next I'm going to put in the sourdough starter, which I've had going. The starter's been going for about 3 years, and I just add to it. As the week goes by, I make about a loaf a week. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to grab a wooden spoon and a rubber spatula. I'm going to wet them down. I'll keep from the dough sticking. I'm going to get my sourdough starter I have over here. The yeast is growing in here. I'll use almost all of this, probably 3-4 cups. Just going to add this in. I'm going to save a little bit of it so I'll add to it to get my next batch going. That's about it. Clean this up a little bit. There for now. We'll mix this in well with the egg mix. I like to aerate it. And I'm going to get some white flour, all-purpose flour, and add this. Take the eggshell out. I'm going to get flour. I use ice cream scoop. It takes about 4, maybe 5. There's 3 big ones. I don't like to get too technical here. Sourdough starter I started 3 years ago with I think some rice, some old rice. Mixed it with water and some flour and let it sit, and the yeast started to grow, and then I just started adding flour to it. Like coming away from the bowl, see? Looks good. Wet. I'm going to add another scoop. And mix it in good. Well, it looks pretty good. I don't like to get it too stiff because then it takes a while longer to rise with the yeast. So now I'm going to get a bread pan. I like the glass, it works good. A few drops of olive oil. Going to lube the pan up. And grease the corners very well. You don't need much. I'm just going to fold this into the pan. Even it out. I'm going to cover it over with a tinfoil tent, put it in a 100-degree oven and let it rise. And it can be anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, sometimes longer. I like to make a little cut in the middle. A lengthy piece of tinfoil. Fold it in half. And make a tent over this. Because when it comes time to bake it, I'm going to leave this on. Bake it for 50 minutes with the tent on. It keeps it moist. And then take it off and cook it for another 15 or so. So 50, take the tin foil off, and then another 15. So there it is. I'm going to put it in the oven here. I have a bread proofing mode. It brings it to 100 degrees. Bread proofing. And I let it rise till it gets double in bulk and bake it at 350. And take it out of the pan right away and cool it. And there you have it. Here we are. The dough's been rising through the night. And as you can see, it's pretty much doubled in bulk. And so we're going to take it out and preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and then we're going to bake it. Here's the loaf that's been rising, rose overnight. Just going to keep the cover on it. The oven's at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And just slide this into the middle. gonna leave that cover on for 50 minutes and then we'll be back to take it off and see how it looks. All right, it's been 50 minutes in the oven, 5-0 at 350 degrees. Just gonna take the tin foil off. Ooh, it looks nice. Nice looking loaf. So we're gonna take it another 15 or so, watch it come off the sides of the pan. And the sides will brown up some. And that's it. Okay. I'm gonna add to the starter. I'll get a wooden spoon. I'm gonna wet it down, some warm water. Stir this up. I like the water to be on the warm side. Get some air in there. A little bit of water. And I'm just going to add some white flour. And I alternate white and whole wheat. Mix this in. I like to get air in there. It uses the oxygen in its fermentation process, along with the sugars in the wheat. Just add about 1 or 2 ice cream scoops of flour a day. Heaping one. Probably enough. Mix it in some, get some air in there, but you don't have to get it all dissolved. It will eat it up on its own. I'll scrape the sides with a paring knife just to keep it kind of neat. And set it aside. Every day I'll add, usually every day. Sometimes I go a couple days. And then the starter's ready once a week's gone by, and I have another batch of starter to make another loaf of bread. And there you have it. Thank you. All right, it's been another 15 minutes, so we're gonna take that out of the oven. Put it on that cooling rack here. I wanna show you here. See how the bread has left the pan? That looks pretty good. Just wanna take it out here. Roll it right onto that. The sides are nice and brown. You can tell it's done too. That's why I like the glass. And we'll let it cool for a little bit. And there you have it. All right, so now we have the bread. It's cooled a little bit, and we're gonna slice it up and see how it looks. Ooh, lovely. And there you have it, sourdough bread.